Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Mr. Developer. Today we will discuss an essential topic that is unit testing. Also, we will know how the Mockito framework is working here in this unit testing. Also, we will get to know what is code isolation, okay, and how the code coverage is happening, right? Before we get into this, let's know more about unit testing. So, unit testing will be done or not in a project will be decided by the technical team and the product owner. In short, I can say that it depends on the project. Suppose it's a big project, then it will take time to get developed, right? So for that, we have to go for unit testing for our each development. Suppose it is a small project and the client wants it to be complete very soon, then we can skip the unit testing here. Okay. And remember this thing that people will call you a very responsible and a mature developer if you know the unit testing and you do unit testing after your development. Okay. So now what is Mockito? A Mockito is a framework. Okay. Our project or our class may be dependent on another class. Okay. So unit testing means what? Each class is unit test, right? But in class is what we are doing, we're calling another class, right? But in unit testing we are testing that particular class, but that doesn't mean that unit testing will call that class. Okay, so here Mockito plays the role. It creates a mock object of that class. Whatever class we are calling from the real class, we are calling the another class. Similarly, in unit testing, I mean the test class, we will create a mock object for this test class so that code isolation can happen. Okay, so that our test class should not hamper the real class. Okay, that's how the code isolation work, guys. So before that, I will take you to my ID, and I'm making myself as small and keeping myself aside. So just to make the content short, I have already developed the project. So I will just give you an overview about this project. I have a student with name, ID, and the student appears an exam and he has secured few mark in each object. So I just have to check whether the student has passed the exam or failed in this exam. Okay. So let me take you to my code. So this is the class. This is the service class actually, and it is injecting the data to the DAO class. Okay, if you know dependency injection, if you are from Spring or Spring Boot person, then you will get to know what is this dependency injection. Okay, it's generating the result whether it is pass or failed, and creating an object student BO. What is BO? That is business object. It is like mediator between the service class and DAO class. It will pass an object from service class to DAO class. That is called business object. Okay, so I have created the student business object class, and I'm setting all the data of the data transfer object class and passing into the BO object, and I'm inserting the BO object of DAO class here. Okay, if you see, this is my insert class and passing the BO object here. That is not matter. That leave it. I'll just give you an overview of this service I'm built and the service test class. Okay, so how this test class is, how it's unique from service class. I will tell you there is no difference in it. Only the naming convention is different. See, this is my service class, right? Here the class name is service IMPL. Similarly, I am creating a test class for this service IMPL class to check whether this operations is working perfect or not. Okay, this this operations is generating my expected result or not. That's all. I have to check this. So what I am doing, I'm creating a test class for this service class. Okay, and I am giving this name as service IMPL test. As I said, my service and test class is dependent on our DAO class, right? So here the code isolation, I have to be sure about it that this class is not hampering the another class. So I'm doing code isolation here. How? Using the Mockito object. Okay, what Mockito will do, it will create a dummy object for my a related class. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm creating a mock student do over here. Okay, and to match my expected data with actual data. So actual data is where? It's there in my service class. So what I'm doing here, I'm creating the service class also over here. Okay. So now I have to make a setup. What is setup? I mean, my test class is dependent on different class, right? So what I'm doing, I'm calling Mockito here, and Mockito plays the role here. It creates a mock object for my student DAO class because my student because my I'm service class is dependent on student DAO class. I cannot go to the real student DAO class, so it is calling a mock method of Mockito and making this class as mock object and passing it to the mock student DAO reference. Okay. Similarly, I'm creating the service sample class and passing this mock PO class to it. Okay. So now I have to do operation. Okay. I have to do the operation over the of our method. So what method I have in my service sample class, that is generate result. This method, I'm generating the result and passing the DTO object over here. I mean, it will take the data from the DTO class. Okay, student DTO class. So it's a small project. I will give you details about this, how this student DTO and why I'm writing the student DTO here. What is student PEO? Okay, so leave that. So this operations I have to test now whether the student is pass or fail, and I'm passing the student BO over here, and I'm creating a BO object here, and I will pass the DTO object to this BO object after checking my result. Okay. Similarly, I'm creating same method in my test class, that is generate result. So based on the test case, student might get pass, student may fail. This is how I thought. And I mean, you have to think logically. What could be the another test cases you can write here? Okay. So this only these two came to my mind. Student may be pass, student may be fail. Okay. Based on that, I created this test class. So there is a pattern, that is triple A pattern: arrange, act, and asset. What is arrange? I have to arrange the data. Okay. What is, I mean, the inputs, whatever inputs I will get into the service class, whatever the data I will get into this service class to do validation. Similarly, in test class, I will take the input of what? The student data. So for that, I have created the student DTO. Okay. And I'm setting the random data here. Okay. I'm setting the ID, name, and the marks of the student. Okay. Now what I'm doing after setting this data to this student DTO object, I'm passing the student DTO data to the expected BO. Why I created expected BO here? I have to check the data I'm passing to the DEO class, okay, whether it is correct or not. The expected, that's why I'm creating the expected BO here, not the real BO object. I'm creating the expected BO here to check the behavior of it. Okay, and I'm passing the student data object to the expected BO here. Same data I'm passing here, and what I'm doing, I'm calculating the total according to this class. See, I have calculated, right? Where it is, yeah, it's average, result, and total. This according to this technique, calculating the total and average. Similarly, I am passing here. Okay, so I'm getting the total and passing here. Okay, and I'm making the result as pass. So this operation is for student has passed the exam or not. Okay. So now after my everything is done, after my mock object has created, everything is done, I will call the when method of Mockito. So what this when method will do, it will check the insert method of mock student DO is matching with the any BO class or not. Any BO class means I can give the expected BO also here. Also, I can give the actual student, I mean the mock object also here. Anything I can pass here. Okay. But for now, I'm checking with the, I'm matching whether the data is inserting to the mock DAO or not. Okay. If it is inserted to the mock DAO insert method, then it will return 1. Okay. Or else it will return 0. Okay. So now, till now what I'm doing, I'm creating a actual result. Why I'm creating actual result here? I have to check my expected data. Okay, my expected data is matching with the actual result or not. Here actual result means what? I'm creating, I'm calling the actual class, the service class, and the generate result of this service class. Okay, so I'm calling here and assigning to the actual result. If you see this method, this is the generate result, it will return the string data. Okay, I'm passing the DTO object here. Yeah, so I'm getting the actual result, the real result, and passing it to this reference. I'm passing it to this variable. Now, the another pattern, that is asset. What I have to asset? The asset, I have a method called asset equals. What this method will do, it will check the expected data. It, it will check the expected data with the actual data. What is my expected data? Student should be pass. And what is my actual data? Student should be pass. Okay. So what I am doing here, I'm getting the student result, student ID, particular student ID, and the average, and checking this with the actual result. If what is the actual result here? This is the actual result. Okay. Registration succeeded. Student pass. This is my actual result. This is my. It will return the result, right? So I'm checking with the expected data with actual data. If the test case is matching with the expected data, then it will return edge in, it will return in green color. I will show you. Run edge surface sample test. Yeah, no test found. Okay. One more thing, guys. To test my test cases, I have to give the at the rate test annotation here, then only it will test. Okay, so for now I'm giving for my test case pass, I am giving the annotation test, and my fail test case I'm keeping it aside. I will tell you later. So I've given the test annotation here, then only this particular operations will be get test. Service sample test. See, this is in green color. Why? I will tell you why. Okay, so what I'm passing here, the marks 80, 85, 75. Okay, the 3 marks are going be, these are the pass mark, not pass mark, that this is the good score mark, right? If I calculate them, whatever the average I will get, whatever the total I will get, according to this data, okay, according to this data, the student has secured good mark and has passed the exam. Okay, the registration will be succeed. Okay, then this data will be stored into the database. Okay, what if I pass the wrong data? You have to think logically. There could be many test cases. Suppose the student had got less mark in subject one. Similarly, he got less in say subject two. Okay, now i'm I have changed the result. So what is my test case over here, guys? Student should be pass. So here I should pass the pass mark, right? What I'm doing, I'm giving the less mark. Okay, I'm checking. I'll run the unit test again. See, it is in red color. Why? Array. The controller is saying that array, you are checking the student is pass or not. But you are checking the pass test case. I mean student should pass here. But you are passing the wrong data here. Tell what is that's why I have created another test case for it. Student, I have created another test case that is fail. Okay, do test case whatever the failed data is there. I mean, whether the student has failed or not, do that test case in uh, another test case method, not here. That's why it is what showing in red color. Suppose I mean it is not matching with the expected data with the actual result here. Okay, that's why it is coming in red color. Suppose I make it to the default data. Now if I do run it, it will give me in green color. My test case has passed. The actual data is matching with the expected data. Okay. So this is one test case I have done, the past test case. Similarly, for the fail also, I have done a test case. I will check whether the student has failed or not. My expected result should student should be failed, right? So this is what this fail test case will do. It is similar to this past test case. I'm just what I'm doing. I'm giving the less mark here and passing it to the student BO object. Okay, and checking the I mean I'm checking the match. I mean matching the student BO class here, whether it is inserting to the student, I mean mock student DA or not. Okay, and I'm checking the actual result here with the expected data here. Okay, if the it matches, then it will return me the registration as failed. Okay, so now let's check this failed test case as well. Yeah, it is passed. I will tell you, if what if the student has not passed, what if my in this failed test case, okay, the expected data is not matching with the actual data, what will happen? I'm giving the pass mark here. Okay, now I'm running it. See, it is giving me the test case has failed, where in generate result fail, where asset equals you have, okay, in asset equals the expected data is different. Expected data is the student should be failed, but you have given the correct mark, the right mark. It means the student has been passed, but still you are checking the student. I mean in the different test case. So the actual result and the expected result is not matching. That's why I'm writing in red color. Okay, but if I make it to default fail data, test case has passed. That is what unit testing and Mockito is. Now, what is code coverage? Suppose I don't like only these two test cases I have done, right? What if there will be some more test cases? The manager will ask you, Are Suman, show me what are the test cases you've done. I'll show them. So this is my test case. Right? You have done only two test cases, but while build, it will fail. Okay, that you have not done this code coverage. I have you have not done this unit testing of this class. Only few operations only have done the what unit testing. Please do unit testing for all the operations. In this service class, I have only this one method. There could be some other methods as well. So we have to do unit testing for each and every method. Then only this code coverage will happen, and the code coverage should be 80%. Then only it will not fail while building. Okay. So that's all about it. Please stay in touch for more content, and thank you for being here.